Okay, it's fall, and so we are going to be doing a project that features a pumpkin. And I just showed you a picture of the completed pumpkin, and the inspiration for that pumpkin came from a wonderful artist by the name of Yayoi. And she is from Japan. She is currently 92 years old and still creating art. And you can see by her picture that she is a very colorful personality, and that shows in her artwork. Her artwork is exhibited all over the world and is highly admired. So we are going to do a pumpkin. Our pumpkin is going to be inspired by Yayoi. And so you need a piece of white paper, a piece of black paper, a set of oil pastels, your pencil and eraser, a black Sharpie, and a pair of scissors. And let me get my glue stick over here. So a glue stick. Or if you want to, you can use regular bottle of glue. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to give you a trick on how to make a pumpkin that looks like it has volume. It's dimensional. Okay. Now, I want you to draw with your pencil and then trace with your Sharpie. But in order for you to see what I am drawing, I need to be drawing in the Sharpie. Okay, so in the middle of your paper, you are going to first make a shape that's kind of pointed at the top, and then like an oval, and rounded at the bottom. And then that's going to be the centerpiece of your pumpkin. And so you're going to start at that top. And remember, no two pumpkins are alike, and they are not perfectly round, are they? So it doesn't matter if you have some little not zigs and zags, but, you know, not perfectly straight lines, curved lines. Okay, so then you're going to go, so you're going to work from the outside. You don't want to make a teeny weeny pumpkin. And then you're going to start from that point again, and then bring it. Now, notice that at the top we start at the point, but at the bottom we end it before. We end it at the next section of the pumpkin. And this is what gives it kind of it's rounded, but it's a flatter bottom. And so we will start here. All right, so there's our pumpkin. See, wasn't that easy? And then we're going to put a stem on it like that. Okay, so if you want to pause the video, and when you're finished drawing the pumpkin with your pencil, then get your black Sharpie and go over those lines with that, trace that, and then you'll be ready to go to the next step. Now, as you know, Yayoi dearly loves dots. She thinks that dots are magical, and so we are going to also do dots on our pumpkin. And so I'm going to use the orange and oil pastel. These are oil pastels. You can also use crayons if you would rather do that. You're just going to have to push on them a little bit harder to make them show up, particularly when we do our background on the black paper. So what I'm going to do is draw a series of dots. And then I'm going to go around them. Now, Yayoi really likes to use black dots, and so you can do that if you would like. But we'll do that, whatever color you want them to do, we'll do that in the next step. And move your paper around because your hand will smudge the oil pastel. They're not quite like crayons. They've got much higher wax content, and that's great because you can blend different colors with them if you want. And then, if you want to, you can take your finger or a Kleenex if you want, and kind of smooth some of that out. Now, I made the edges a little bit darker, right? Because this is coming towards us. This side would be going in like the sections of a pumpkin. Okay. Now, you can finish this with a number of different colors if you want to. You don't have to stick with just the orange. As you saw, Yayoi loves color, so it might be that you want to use different colors. And you do basically the same idea in each of the sections. And you can use different size dots. They can go from small to big and then small again. It's totally up to you as an artist. I'm just keeping mine sort of simple since I'm demonstrating. And again, I'm doing the edges a little bit darker. Okay. If at any time you need to pause this in order to catch up, feel free to do that, and then you can turn me back on when you're all caught up. Don't worry if you go outside of the lines, because we are going to cut this out. And we want this to be a little darker. Okay, one more section. Okay. So if you want to, you can take your black marker and do black dots. If you want to do another color, if you have another color of marker, or if you want to leave them white, or you could also do the dots different colors with your oil pastel. You do have to be careful with coloring with your marker over the oil pastel, because the wax from the oil pastel will clog up the black marker. Some of my dots did not come out particularly round, did they? But that's okay. They're still dots. Yayoi would still like them. Okay, so we have that part done. And so now I'm going to get another color and do the stems. And then I'll take a little darker brown and blend that together a little bit just for a little interest and color. Okay. All right, so we are ready for the next step, which is cutting our pumpkin out. So again, it's easier if you get some of this excess off around the outside. And then just cut, just keep your eye where your scissors are going. Carefully move it around so that you're getting nice cuts. It's a little trickier down here. You can come at it at a couple of different angles to get the bottom of the pumpkin cut properly. All right, and then if you see some white places, we are going to be putting this on a black background. Okay, so we'll get rid of our excess paper here. And so we've got the first part of our project. Next, we will do the background. So now we want to get our black piece of paper. And we're just going to put our pumpkin on it just to see how it fits. Perfect. Okay, and to sort of eyeball where we want to start our background designs, because we're then going to take the paper off, the pumpkin off, excuse me, and set it off to the side. And we're going to select some colors that we will decorate our background with. And Yayoi loved dots, as I said, but she also loved all sorts of other sorts of lines. So at the bottom, we're going to do horizontal lines. So we're going to draw 2 of them. And then we're going to do, you can do whatever patterns you want, but I'm just giving you an example. We're going to do some zigzag lines. And as you can see, you're going to have to push just a little bit with your oil pastel in order to get it to dark enough so that it'll show up on this black. She likes some zigzags. So we'll do some zigzags. And we'll just do a last line of zigzags down here. Okay. Now you know she liked her dots, so we're going to put a dot in each zigzag. Okay. Then she also liked to do this kind of interesting pattern where she would just do kind of random triangle shapes and then just connect the lines. Whoops. Okay. Like I said, it's kind of random, so just have fun making connected lines. This is one of the patterns that she's known for. Don't overthink it. Just a series of random triangles. I like having the line there, so we'll do that. All right, and then of course she's going to put dots. Now you can use the same colors as I am, or you can make your own color combinations. I'm using blue because it kind of reminds me of the sky. And one here. Okay. Now what we're going to do, once you're happy with your background, and like I said, you can do different colors. You don't have to do the designs that I'm doing at all. Totally up to you. So we're going to get our glue stick out and flip over your pumpkin and go around the edges on the back. And then a few lines of glue that way. And then we're going to center our pumpkin. That looks pretty good. Press down on it. If you see some areas that are sticking up, then go ahead and glue it on the back again. Press that down. Okay, so the only thing that I want to add to it is, you know how they have the tendrils? So we're going to do some loop-de-loop tendrils going through the air. And there you go. Now, I suppose if you wanted to take your scrap white paper and fashion out some leaves, you could take your oil pastel and color those, and then you could glue those on too. So again, I want you to make this your own, but we are almost complete. I'm going to go over this a little bit. Good to have some highlights, but think that's, now that I've got it against the black, it looks like it's a little bit too much. And this is perfectly fine when you're looking at your finished product. If there's some things that you want to continue to work on, go right ahead and do that. All right. So now you can decorate your space with some fall artwork. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.